Hey everybody, what is going on? On behalf of Ontarian Hawkins, the passive income guru, we're taking over his channel today with his permission. My name is Nicholas Lau. I have the real binary master Chris German on the call as well. And what we're going to do on behalf of Ontarian and the rest of the team here at Economy, we're going to tell you about a binary marathon that we have coming up. Now, over here at Economy, we call it RFX. That's Rapid Forex. A lot of you might know it as binary options trading, but over here we call it RFX Rapid Forex. So we're going to have an RFX marathon next Wednesday night on December 14th, I believe. Let me just double check that. I believe it is December 14th. Yep, it's going to start at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to be trading for 5 hours nonstop. Now, for those of you that don't know what binary options trading is and what RFX is, I'm about to do a presentation real quick. Chris is going to help me alongside with it. He is the expert over here, and then he's going to tell you a little bit about himself and a little bit about what we do. We're going to show you some charts. I'll open my account and take a trade, and we'll get all this done here in the next 15-20 minutes. All right, everybody, so let me go ahead and share my screen. And while I do that, Chris, how are you doing? What's going on in the RFX world?
Man, Nick, I'm doing great, man. Guys, I'll tell you what, RFX is on fire. We're actually dominating it. Never experienced results at this consistency level. It's definitely catching momentum. Community's growing. Students are learning and growing, becoming profitable independent traders, and that's what it's about, Nick. They're just crushing it.
Absolutely. So this is not one of those situations where the people are only waiting for signals, but they don't actually learn how to do it themselves. Chris and his business partner Haresh, they're actually making people turn into profitable traders on their own. And for an educator, there's no bigger satisfaction than seeing one of your students actually getting results on their own. And that's what's happening here at Economy in the RFX binary options division. So with that said, let me just go ahead and breeze through this presentation so you have a better idea of what is going on. Now, what is binary options? Now, binary options is time-based trading, okay? It involves technical analysis and fundamental analysis. Now, Chris, what is the difference between technical and fundamental analysis?
Technical analysis is going to be analyzing the market, the chart, break of structure, support, resistance, trend line. You know, your technical analysis, if you use indicators. When it comes to fundamental analysis, it's going to be like events, news. So yeah, current events, that's fundamental analysis.
Got it. Okay. And what we do over here, everybody, is we do time-based trading. So in regular Forex, you take a trade, you have a stop loss, so you don't lose too much. You have a take profit so you can get to your target without losing money. But over here with RFX and binary options, what we're doing is time-based trading. We're trading against time. So when we enter a trade, whether it's a buy or a sell, when we enter that trade and we take it for 3 minutes or 5 minutes, at the end of that duration, if your number is better than the number that you got in at, you have won that trade. Okay, very simple, very straightforward. The only difference is that we're working off smaller time frames. With Forex trading, unless you're scalping, you're usually working off bigger time frames. Over here, you might set your support and resistance on bigger time frames, but what you're doing is you're actually trading off the smaller time frames, 15 minutes and below, and we'll show you that in just a little bit. All right. So there's three different types of trading. I'm only going to focus on what we do, which is turbo trading, which is trades that are between 1 and 30 minutes. More specifically, 90% of our trades are probably 3-minute trades. And occasionally we have a 5-minute trade based on the analysis that we do. Okay. So as Chris was saying, technical analysis, top-down analysis, your market structure, your price action, your trend identification, basically the things that are actually on the chart. Fundamental analysis is what he's mentioned earlier: news, current events, currency strength, the things that the candles don't really determine, right? So when you're looking at the markets are candles, they're moving up and down. However, they don't exactly know what's happening in the world. They don't know if there's a war going on. They don't know if there's a recession. Those are the fundamentals you need to know that are going to affect the market and your technical analysis. All right, now when you enter a trade, you're going to determine if the price goes up and down. So what Chris is going to do is he's looking at the charts, he's looking at setups. And if he sees the setup, he's going to say that, okay, we're going to take this trade on Euro USD. We're going to take a sell at this price. So what you're going to do on your trading view chart, you're going to mark up that line. And if you have the alerts, you're going to set an alert. When that alert goes off, you're going to take that trade for 3 minutes. You're going to put it on fixed time. Chris, can you explain fixed time on and off?
Yeah, sure. So when it comes to fixed time on and off, when it's highlighted as shown in this description here, um, that means you're going to get the full 3 minutes. So the difference between running and non-running, when you have it off and it's not highlighted, say we're analyzing the market and we all have Euro USD on our broker ready to go, but the trade takes 45 seconds to activate after we've already um, loaded up Euro USD on a broker. That means if we enter at the market right then and there, where us that have taken it on fixed time, we're going to get the full 3 minutes. You are going to get it at 2 minutes and 15 seconds, which when it comes to binary options trading could really be a problem because you're going to want the same expiration time or as close to it as possible and the same entry when entering an RFX market.
Got it. All right. Thank you very much. So, as you see, a call is a buy, a put is a sell. So, if Chris says we're going to do a 3 minute put, he's talking about a sell. If he says we're going to do a 3 minute call, he is talking about a buy. So, in this case, this looks like it paid about 75%. So, what that means is when you take a $10 trade, you're winning $7.40 approximately. Okay. So that means if you win the trade, you get your $10 back plus your 740, almost about 75%. We urge people to take trades that are 60% and above. We prefer that you take trades that are 75%, but every once in a while we're going to have to take a 60% because if we're not going to pass up on an amazing setup, if we see an amazing setup and it only pays 60%, it is what it is. We're not going to pass on it, but you're going to want to try to take more 75% trades. Okay. Now, choosing an asset, there's different things. Chris, what different things can we trade on the RFX binary markets?
So when it comes to RFX binary markets, like the Forex market, we can trade currencies like Euro USD, GBP, GBP CAD, Euro GBP, GBP AUD, Euro JPY. We can trade commodities like gold, silver, and then we can also trade cryptocurrencies, which gives us an edge. We can even trade in the weekend when majority of the traders aren't trading because we can analyze the cryptocurrency market and take binary options trades.
Awesome. Yeah, and that was something Chris and I had discovered several months ago. We were it was probably a Friday. We did our educational session. The markets are closed. And I can't remember. We were just fiddling around with something. And I said, hey, there's crypto too. It's like, I've never done that. So the rest of the night, me and Chris stayed up until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and we were trading crypto. We were trading Bitcoin, we were trading Ethereum, we were trading Cardano. Now they have Doge, few other coins. And in that night, we ran it up. We must have won 70 to 80% of our trades. And we just like, oh my gosh, it's like this has been here all this time. And we didn't know because we were trading the Forex markets. But now we know that we can also trade on the weekends. So binary options compared to Forex. Okay. Now with binary options, there's no counting pips, no stop loss, no take profit, no margins, no swap fees, no drawdown. It is easy for beginners. Like I'll tell you, I've done Forex, I've done binary, I've done crypto. Binary RFX comes to me the easiest. And it's weird because all of them involve the same charts and everything, but there's something about trading on the smaller time frames and trading as a team on a Zoom and stuff that just really appealed to me. And it's made the biggest improvements. Now, me being a better binary trader is actually translated to me being a better Forex trader too. And that's the best part. You already know your risk to reward, meaning when you enter a trade, you already know it's already predetermined what you can win and what you can lose. Okay. And there's no buy limits or sell limits. There's no buy stops or sell stops. Our trades are market execution. Okay. We'll give you the entry, but when it gets to that entry, you have to manually take that trade yourself. The benefits of trading binary options: there's a high return on investment potential. There's a known risk to reward, like I just explained. It's easy to trade, fast turnover rate, meaning you're in and out of trades in 3 minutes, meaning when we trade for an hour every night, people can go 2, 3, 4 wins in a matter of an hour, and they're done for the night. You have the ability to compound faster than traditional Forex. We actually have a compounding plan that maybe on the binary, the RFX Marathon, we might take a little break and show you how we compound our money. And you can get bonuses too. Now, I will caution you that if you take a bonus from the broker, you're going to have to take that amount plus your deposit, and you're going to have to turn it over several times before you're able to withdraw. So my thing is, if you're putting in the money and you want it to be more liquid, like if you want it to be able to take it out, don't accept the bonus. If you're like, hey, this $500 that I'm putting in. I want this to last me a long time. I will gladly take that 100% bonus so I have more money to work with because I'm going to put in a ton of trades anyways. Regulated brokers. Okay, what's the difference between regulated and unregulated? Regulated, they follow strict rules. They're very transparent. They will limit the amount of trades. They'll limit the number of rollovers you can do. They can actually disqualify you from trading, more fees, and harder to get approved. Now, unregulated brokers, there is no regulatory organization, so it's a little bit more risky as far as, they're overseas. There's not really any rules or anything. There is a higher risk of being scammed, but like I said, we've been doing this for several years. We know which brokers to work with and stuff. And because they're unregulated, they can pay those higher fees, 60%, 70%. You do a regulated broker in the United States, you're talking about 20 to 30% fees. Chris, did you want to add anything about regulated and unregulated brokers, or did it?
Yeah, no, that's you covered it pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me just go ahead and move on. So, Chris, I'll let you go ahead because you're the educator. What makes an unsuccessful trader?
Yeah, so unsuccessful traders, guys, we're going to be emotional. We're going to have no defined strategy. We're going to over leverage. We're going to force trades. We're not going to be studying. We're going to be trading way more than we're studying. And again, like the emotions, that's what it boils down to. 90% of it is just just to know not to be emotional when you're ready to trade. If the trades go your way, great. If they don't go your way, great. There's a reason why you entered that trade, and you just have to believe in your analysis and have that confidence that you're entering the market because 85% of the time it's going to go our way.
Yeah, and I would say sometimes what makes an unsuccessful trader is people that are maybe like desperate to make money. They're like they need this to happen real quick and they try to force it. They try to push the envelope. You can't do that. You have to come into this as a student. Yes, money is a part of the game, but you cannot put yourself in the mindset that I'm doing this for the money. You're doing this for the education to be a better trader. And in time, the money will come. If you take away the money and focus on the skill set, the money will come. But if you're money driven, I'm telling you, this market will humble you very, very quickly. All right, Chris, and what makes a successful trader?
So guys, successful traders are going to have their emotions in check when they come to the session, when they are trading. They're going to have an effective trading plan. They're going to have a schedule where they're coming up and they're educating, whether it be on showing up on our educational sessions or whether it be plugging into the information and education, all the educational content in the back office here in Economy. Um, those are successful traders. Those are the ones that are winning, that are plugging in, showing up consistently. And, guys, it might take you 99 times to finally get it, but if you continue to show up, you're going to get it. And we have a proven track record. I would gladly show you guys that those that participate are winning. And we just hopped off a session, Asian session, and we had two students call out two trades. Now we took four trades the whole session, and two of our students were able to help us identify two amazing areas where I would have called that trade out if I seen it. But because I'm only one person, I can only analyze certain pairs at certain times. It helps to know that we have a community of eyes in the market that are all analyzing the market, looking for the same thing that I would be looking for, and then we execute the trade. And to watch it go our way, it's just an incredible feeling. Not only for me as the educator, but for the student as well, because they've participated in the session and they just shared a trade idea that was an amazing trade idea.
Absolutely. And
Um,
I'm a testament to that. I'm one of Chris's students. There was a time where he didn't know what to do with me because I wouldn't follow any sort of rules and I was all over the place. I didn't know what was happening. But nowadays, I'll be scanning the markets and helping him because, like you said, he's only one person, right? There's over 20 different markets to look at. He can't obviously look at them all at the same time. So when he has highly trained students that are also monitoring the markets, it helps make everybody profitable. And that's why this idea of trading as a team is so important. Now, you can obviously trade on your own. We have some people that they specialize in maybe one, two, three currency pairs, and that's all they look at, right? And whenever they have good trades in that market, they take it, they'll have a 3-0 day, and they're done. They go about the rest of their day. But, when we're on these sessions, it gives a chance for everybody to take trades that they normally don't take. Now, here's the next steps you can take at starting to become a better trader today. You can become a product of the product. You can immerse yourself in the education, fall in love with the process. You could develop your study plan. You need to know when you can study the materials in the university. Chris and Haresh do multiple education sessions a week on top of their live trading sessions. They'll drop trade ideas in the chat. They'll drop chart markups. So it's a constant education all week long. I'm going to teach you to master your emotions because trading is 80% mindset, 20% execution. You can control your mind, you can control the markets. You can't control your mind, the markets will control you. And develop your compounding plan, risk what you're willing to lose and grow over time. Like if you come into this and say, I'm going to put $500 into my binary account and I have no desire to take this money out anytime soon. This is my money to build over the next year or so. And you follow a compounding plan and you listen to what Chris and Haresh teach you, oh my gosh, that account will multiply. Chris can tell you without dropping names, he has students that have started with a small sum of money and made it very big. He has students that have went on leaderboards for different binary trading contests and stuff. And that's all because they were a student of the game. They did not put the money first. They put the skill set first. So Chris, if you want to speak about that and maybe, what some of your past students have done without, having to name drop and put them out there.
Yeah, so real quick before we go in that, I just want to talk on an unsuccessful trader, right? Because guys, a lot of times we show up and we slip into that unsuccessful trader, not intentional, but because the emotional and if you feel like you need to win, then that's the emotional attachment to your money, and you're risking too much money. You should not have that attachment to your money because you should already consider it loss. I recommend to trade and to get started trading with money that you feel you can afford to lose 100% of, because when you win, it's going to be much more rewarding. You're going to be able to, experience the steps of growth. And with that said, leading into, some students just had tremendous results, guys. There's students that have now passed my level of knowledge and education where I could show up on their session and I can be the student and they can be the teacher. And when you hit that, that's like a whole nother feeling, guys. Like it's an honor to know like you introduced this person into the industry, you got them on their path, and because of the information you were able to help them and teach them, they took what you taught them and maybe what somebody else taught them and made it their own. And just to see that person or these people succeed at that level is incredible. Now we have students right here in economy, ladies and gentlemen, that have made 40, 50, $60,000 withdrawals from binary options, and the proof is there. They started with, a $4,000 account, they $1,000 real money, and then they took a 300% bonus, which gave them a $4,000, and they ran it all the way up to 48,000 plus dollars, and were able to make a $40,000 withdrawal. Guys, that's just incredible, because when you think about how long economy's been here, and when you think about how long Haresh and I have been educators here, just to have somebody grow in that shorter period of time is incredible, guys. And it just goes to show you that if they can do it, and this person can do it, and I can do it, Nick can do it, anybody can do it, guys. If I can do this, trust and believe, anybody can. Now that leads into why I really, really, really appreciate and like binary options trading, was because when I first got started in the industry, I was introduced to crypto, then I went to Forex, and I would be working on my jobs and I'd be looking at my phone. And if I looked at my Forex trade and it was in 30% drawdown, 10% drawdown, whatever it was, if it was in drawdown, which means going against us, and I'm losing money, I would have a bad day, right? It would just be a uncomfortable feeling, had too much anxiety. I was always looking at my phone instead of just being focused on the task at hand. I was elsewhere. And when I was introduced to binary options, I couldn't trade from my phone from binary options. It just doesn't work, right? I highly recommend not trading from your phone, um, because it's so much information in such a small screen. I recommend, a laptop, even a tablet's much better than a cell phone. But going from there, it I hopped on the sessions. I hopped into the live trading sessions, and what I found out was, I could participate on a 30-minute session. I could participate on an hour session, and if we take 5 trades, and we go 4-1, I could realistically be making anywhere from 3 to 10% plus, depending on my risk per trade. If it's, it's this is the emotional part where you have to be honest with yourself. You have to stick to a trading plan that works for you. If you take, I always recommend anywhere from 1 to 3% per trade. If you normally take trades at 1% risk, and we call out a high probability trade, that's a trade that you're going to want to risk 1.5, 2%, maybe upwards of 3%, because it's 85% likely that it's going to go our way, based off of backtesting and live trading. Um, and then, when we have say a low risk trade, you're not going to want to put that same 1.5 or 2.5% on. You're going to want to do 1/4% or 0.5%, because this is going to help you with the binary marathon and going to help you trading RFX in general. Because at the end of the day, yes, the win-loss ratio is really awesome and incredible. And I've never seen results like this in any binary company I've ever been with. We've never delivered um, any results at this level, guys. It's insane what we're able to do here. And what we've been able to accomplish over this last year. We really caught momentum with our strategies, and we kept showing up. So if we're able to do this, I know anybody can do this, guys. But yeah, I'll give it back to you, Nick.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much, Chris. So that's the end of this part of the presentation. Now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you a little bit of the market. So what Chris is going to do, he's going to show you trading view and kind of how he marks up the charts. And then I will go ahead and log into my broker, and then I'll show you guys an example of a trade. So Chris, if you want to show him trading view and kind of, how you do what you do, just a brief overview, because I want the people to know there's two things that they need. They need a binary broker and they need trading view if they want this to work. All right. I can't hear you anymore, Chris. Are you
When it
talking?
comes to TradingView, you could utilize the free account. You don't have to be a paid member. They allow you to use 3 indicators. So as a when it comes to TradingView, up here, you can change your currency pair. So for example, if we wanted to look at AUD-JPY, we would just type in AUD-JPY, and this would be the AUD-JPY currency pair. Let's take a look at UJ. So for example, we just actually Nick and we just caught a beautiful trade on UJ right here. We called this out on our session, and this was a beautiful entry. Price came up, rejected, and it was a winning trade. But everybody's trading view is going to look like this for the most part. You can make it, your own. You could change the background. You could have it darker, like nighttime vision. I hear some people don't like the white brightness. They say it hurts their eyes. But me, I'm like, I'm rear. I'm ready. I don't want to miss anything, and yeah, I just don't want to miss anything. So it's easier for me to look at the chart and read it better this way. So I see an entry. I see a couple entries. Let me just give us a trade. I'm gonna pass it back to Nicholas.
Sure.
Nick, this is a really
In
good
the
trade.
meantime, I'll just take a small trade with just to show them how the triggers work. But in while I'm doing that, Chris will look for a trade. But trading view is very important. Now you can get a free trading view account. The basic level is free. I think the only part about that, you only get very basic things like one alert and stuff. And we use a lot of alerts because we need to know when these trades go off. But as you get more serious about it, you'll make the investment. You'll either pay monthly for the service or you can get the whole year at a discount.
While we're on that, guys, we always recommend because we're talking about the binary marathon. While we're on that, guys, we're going to be calling out trade ideas. There's going to be comments in the chat. There's going to be trade ideas in the chat. And the way that you could follow along is, say we call USD JPY and we're looking for a buy at 195. You're going to go over to USD JPY. You're going to click on this either horizontal line, or you could click a horizontal ray. And then if we're going to do a buy, we'll say at 168, you're going to want to set an alert here. And all you're going to do is set it, click on it, right click on it, click add alert, click create. This is going to be your first alert. This is going to let us know that price is coming to our area of interest. When the second alert goes off, that's going to be, that's when we're entering. But obviously, that's how to set alerts. When we're live trading, you're going to be able to hear us say, hey, we're entering USD JPY right now.
Yeah. And then when Chris and Haresh call trades, they're usually going to give you the last three digits. They're not going to give you the whole thing because it just takes a while to do that. So if he says, UJ575 sell, then you know that when it gets to whatever 135.575, then that's when you enter. So, we'll go over all of that in the coming week. We might drop a couple more videos just to go over some, things to get you prepared. But today was just more of a general overview. So what I'm going to do right now, Chris, while you mark up the charts, let me go ahead and share my screen, show them the broker. All right, Chris, can you see my screen now?
Yep.
All right, everybody. So this is one of many brokers. This is just the one I'm doing the example on. There's Smarty Trade, Binary Send, IQ Send, VidIQ. There's so many different brokers out there. Do your due diligence research. We'll put some information in the description area. However, always go on Google, do a review for binary options brokers and whatnot. All right. So here's how it looks. All right. So I put all my pairs here. So the first thing I do is I look for which pairs are paying 75% and I want to put them up there. So I can sort them by percent. So I said, okay, so, UJ is paying 75%, odd NZD is paying 75%, CAD Chef's paying 75%, so on and so forth, right? And then I can even go here. See, is gold paying 75%? No. Is crypto paying 75%? Yep. Bitcoin's paying 75%. Ethereum's paying 75%, whatever the case may be. Okay. So let's just say, I know Chris's favorite pair right now is odd NZD. So let's see. I can trade in dollars. I can also trade in cents. So since I'm doing an example, let me just save some money here and just put 10 cents on this trade. And instead of, this is normally the setup, we want fixed time on in 3 minutes. But for the purposes of this demonstration, let me just do 1 minute and just go ahead and take a buy. Okay. So now you see we're in here. I'll go here to my trades. So it says open trades. It's showing me I have 52 seconds left in this trade. It's a 10-cent trade. It'll give me all of my parameters for that trade. Now, if I want, by a certain period of time, like on a 3-minute trade, you have until about 1 minute or 45 seconds to decide if you want to roll it over for some additional time. So I'm going to go ahead and roll it over. The reason why, it's pushing against me. So I said, okay, well, maybe let me give it a little bit of additional time to get back to where the market was. Okay. So now you know what a rollover is. I don't want to go over a double up too much because we're not going to use it on the marathon and we don't use it that much in general. But a double up would be like if I want to take another entry right now, right where this is. They expire at the same time. Okay. So it's, oh, look at that. It's essentially the same trade, but it's just going to enter right then and there. It's not going to be, so it's not going to be a fresh 1 minute trade. It's going to expire at the same time as the other trade. So we'll see how this plays out. We got about a minute to go over here. It shows how much it pays out, which is 75%. So that means whatever you trade, 75% of that will be the profit payout, plus you'll get your principal back. So I get my 10 cents back, plus I get 7.5, 8 cents more. Okay. So that's how that works. But like I said, these type of things will get you in trouble if you don't know how to utilize them properly. You don't want to just use double downs all the time. You don't want to roll over unless you have a really good reason to roll over. But in most cases, Chris and Haresh will tell you that this trade is good for one rollover, meaning if it's out of profit, go ahead and give it one roll. However, if it's very close, you might not want to give it a roll because the last thing you want to do, it's like right here, and then you roll it and then it goes right back into profit. And then by the time your roll is done, it's back negative again. So like I said, it takes some work. It takes some discipline to realize how exactly these markets work. But look at that. I just cleared both trades. Look at that. So, all right. And that's a wrap. We're done with this session. So anyways, so that's how that works. Like I said, it's very fun and you should see how loud and it's fun. It's a great environment when we're all on Zoom trading together, chat rooms going crazy, got some music playing and stuff. Maybe on the marathon, I don't know. We usually can't have music playing on the marathon because if we're streaming on Facebook, they'll take it down if we're using copyrighted music, but we'll get around that. It's not a big deal. But Chris, any other closing thoughts before this binary marathon? We'll put all the stuff in the description. Sign up for the marathon, register. It's open to the public. You can even invite your friends, okay? The whole goal is for you to see the value and you to become a member of Economy and join us in RFX. Last words, Chris.
Yeah, just show up. It's going to be an awesome time. It's going to be fun, exciting, and I just want to say thank you to the Passive Income Guru.
Yep.
Appreciate you guys.
All right. So yeah, thank you, Ontarian, for letting us use your channel and help getting this message out to your team and stuff. Like I said, the RFX Marathon, rfxmarathon.com, go there to register. You do not have to be a member of Economy. Obviously, our goal is for you to have a good time and join Economy. And just to put it out there, if you guys want to join ahead, Economy is $149 to start, $99 per month. For binary, it's a $25 additional fee. That's how we, take care of the binary division and help expand that. But you trade with Chris and Haresh, a lot of people make that money in one session. So it's a small price to pay for a Wall Street skill set, because the way these guys trade, there's a lot of institutional trading that you're going to learn. That's stuff that's very expensive to learn. And because it's a part of what they teach, you're going to get that sauce for free. So anyways, everybody, thank you very much for your time. Click the links in the description, get registered for the marathon. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments area. Ontarian or myself will get back to you. Thank you very much, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.